Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Anthony and this is iEZ Goes Where. Why am I doing this channel? Well, like many of you, I like to travel. I usually end up taking pictures and video while I'm traveling, and while doing the research to decide where to go, I end up trying to find out all the important information so that I could stay in the best location. I can, walk to the places that I want to walk to, find the best hotels, all that kind of stuff. A lot of other people don't enjoy that sort of thing and actually find it quite stressful. I have friends and family that are like that. They don't like the research part. They don't like trying to figure out where to stay or what airline to fly on. And so that adds a lot of stress for them. Over the years, they've had a chance to see some of the video and pictures that I've taken and have started coming to me for advice to help them to plan those trips and make their lives a little bit more easy when they go on vacation. So like many of you, I tend to use the internet and all the fast resources that it offers to help plan my trip. Most recently, I've started to make use of YouTube as part of that research and happened to come across a channel by the name of Lost LeBlanc. Lost LeBlanc is a channel that a guy by the name of Christian LeBlanc started about 5 years ago when he decided that the everyday 9-to-5 job that he had in accounting wasn't what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. And so he decided that he was going to sell off everything that he had, buy some camera equipment, buy a plane ticket to Asia, and he was going to start his new career making travel videos. And over the years, Christian has become very successful in this. He has some truly amazing photography. Him and his girlfriend, Kati, who also has some travel blogs and other channels out there, have traveled, the globe. He mainly specializes in Asia. That's his niche in the market. He knows a lot about it, has, like I said, absolutely beautiful photography and videography. And by watching his channels over the last year or so, I have become inspired by his story to try to put together my own little channel. So why should you watch my channel? Well, I want to try to be a little bit different than a lot of the other channels out there. Most of them focus on, having very good video and very good pictures and doing kind of more of a walkthrough of a specific spot or specific city and kind of telling you a little bit about things. But the main focus of a lot of their videos is, of course, the pictures and video. I want to try to do something a little bit different. I want to try to offer a little bit more of like planning advice, some tips, some tricks, all of those, some recommendations, some reviews, those type of things beyond the actual video experience. I will say that talking into this camera is a lot harder than what a lot of the vloggers out there that have been doing this for a while make it look, especially guys like Christian that have been doing this for 5 years. It looks so natural when they talk and when they converse. I'm sure it's probably a lot of editing. Still learning that too, by the way. So I apologize if I don't have quite the flow and the seamless transition that you'll find on many of their sites. And I am hopeful that once I start to do this a little bit more, that my editing and my commentary will get a little bit better. So I ask that you do bear with me. This is the first real, video besides my first travel video that'll be up along with this. So as I go, I hope that you will subscribe and come back. So, like I said, I am trying to offer something that is a little bit new and unique. I'm going to try to have a content video that will show, all of the sites, the pictures, the things that will give you a really good visual representation of a vacation spot, the architecture, the museums, the things to see, the things to do, all of that kind of stuff, some great pictures. And I will try to get better at this interaction with the camera thing, to try to get some good commentary along the way, so that if you only have time to watch one video, you can still kind of get a good sense by watching everything. The big thing that I want to do a little bit differently is I want to add in that second video. And that second video is going to be kind of a two-part thing. First of all, I'm going to have the reviews, the recommendations, the tips, the tricks for the location, and go a little bit more in-depth so that when you are planning your trip, you can take a look at the information that I have been able to gain from my experience, and to take that information to help make your trip planning easy. The second part is that I'm a big and tall guy. I'm 6'4", 300 some odd pounds. Traveling as a big and tall person is a lot different than traveling as, someone average size, or even someone that's vertically challenged. Sorry, short guys. No offense. If you're average size or smaller, you don't have to worry about if you're going to fit in a car or if you're going to fit in the airplane row and that sort of thing. When you travel outside of the United States, which is where I'm from, things do get smaller. Airplanes are pushing the seats closer together, and they're making smaller seats. So if you're over 6 foot tall, most likely you're not going to be comfortable in a 7, 8, 9 hour flight in coach, because your knees are going to be crushed into the seat in front of you. So being able to have reviews of airlines and seating options for someone over 6 foot tall is going to make their trips a lot easier. Now, of course, you can still apply that information if you're under 6 feet tall. No problem there. You'll just have extra room. But, when you go to rent a car, knowing that you're going to fit in the car, you're going to have plenty of leg room, and most importantly, that you're going to fit with your luggage. When it comes to cars, a lot of the rest of the world does have smaller cars. When I travel, I like to travel comfortably. I'm not rich, so I'm not going to be doing a lot of, luxurious travel. I'm not going to spend $50,000 on a trip, or, $10,000, $20,000 on an airline ticket. But I'm also not a backpacker. I'm not a hostel guy. So I'm not also going to be doing any of the low-cost backpack, stay at a hostel type of trips. Those are kind of the two opposite ends of the spectrum, and there's a lot of great channels out there that focus on those. So if you are looking to do that kind of travel, there are a lot of great resources out there. There's also a lot of great resources for the young adventure travelers out there. Again, that's not me. I'm 46 years old, and I want to be comfortable when I travel. I don't plan on doing much for adventure things. It would be kind of fun to go skydiving or bungee jumping, but that's not going to be the main focus of this. I'm not going to go bungee jumping around the world and showing you 50 different locations where I bungee jumped. What I am going to show you is, if you have a, what I would call a reasonable travel budget to take a nice vacation where you want to be comfortable, you want to stay in, usually probably a 3 or 4 star hotel. Sometimes I can find a 2-star hotel that offers great service, that's in a great location. And so that is kind of where I'm looking at from the hotel standpoint. On the car standpoint, I'm going to be probably recommending, larger cars. When I travel, I'm usually traveling with, some technology, camera, drone, etc. I've also going to have my carry-on bag with, a couple days change of clothes in there, just in case luggage does get lost, because it does happen. And then I'm going to have my main suitcase with the rest of my clothes and accessories for my vacation period, which is usually 1 to 2 weeks, sometimes 3. And then I usually also try to have a suitcase nested in that suitcase because I do like to bring back gifts and things for my friends and family. And with weight restrictions and such, it's really hard to do that with my clothes and travel accessories and gifts in one suitcase. So I usually try to bring an extra for that purpose. So if I'm traveling alone, that means that I got to have room in that trunk for 3 suitcases. If I have a friend or if my travel companion comes with me, then we're going to have another 2, maybe 3 suitcases. Those aren't all going to fit in the trunk of a smaller car. So again, one more thing that I'll be going over in that second video. So if you want to watch just, the content, you want to see what it's like, you're not really concerned about the advice, then go ahead and just watch the first video. If you want to do both, then you can always go to that second video. You can pause it, you can rewind it, you can refer to it later. It's going to have all of the tips, tricks, advice, and reviews for that particular trip and that location. Again, this is, the internet. This is a hobby for me right now. I'm not sure it's going to be a full-time gig like Christian does. It'd be great in some ways if it does. Other parts of me kind of says living out of a suitcase your entire life or for a good portion of the year might not be the most fun after a while, but, we'll see. If you guys like these videos, I don't know, I think it's down there on the left someplace. There's a subscribe button. I know that there's thumbs up button kind of down over here someplace. If you like the videos, if they're helpful to you, and especially if you've been able to watch what I've been able to record and talk to you about, and you've been able to take that advice to make your trip planning easy, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the thumbs up for the like, because those are kind of the things that the world of, video media, YouTube, what do you want to call this, vlogging world, those are the things that allow me and other people on this format to know that you like what we're doing, and at some point it starts to pay back, and we're able to get money from subscribers and advertising and all that kind of stuff. Not quite sure how that all works yet, but all that kind of stuff is going to be critical to helping me to know what you like and what you don't like. I'm also asking to go ahead and leave comments. Tell me what you did like. Tell me what you didn't like. Please be kind. I'm just starting out with this. I'm not going to be, the expert at this. I'm probably not going to have the funniest commentary or, any of that kind of stuff. I will try to get better at it. I will try to get better at the editing and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that you will see some progress as you watch more and more of these videos. So to kind of recap a little bit, the main couple focuses of this channel is going to be kind of that mid-range, price point. I want to travel comfortably, but I also want to travel affordably, so I'm going to be looking for the best value. I'm also going to have a lot of advice on there for the big and tall travelers that are out there, because there aren't that many channels that are devoted to this. I had really a hard time even finding one, to be honest with you. Maybe they're out there and they're just kind of hidden. I just didn't have very good luck searching them. But as a big and tall traveler, there's a lot more things to consider than, if you're average height, average size, or even smaller than average size, because you can fit into a lot more situations easier. You can fit a lot more clothes in the luggage. You can sit comfortably in seats on an airline that have less leg room. Us tall folks, we can't. So I'm in kind of a unique spot as, being a big and tall guy, that I could try to offer that perspective, and hopefully that's what I'm going to do. And I don't want to, alienate anybody. I want to try to make this as versatile a channel as possible. So don't worry. If you are average sized, I'm going to try my best to have a ton of content through each video that's going to apply to you and everyone else out there. So, again, the subscribe button down over here someplace, I think, is going to be huge. Go ahead and hit that sucker, please. It'll let you know, when I make new videos. It'll kind of add to my channel stats. If you like the videos, and especially if you find it helpful, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button on there. And like I kind of was starting to say earlier, please leave comments. I want to be able to understand what you like, what you don't like. If you're looking for something or you have questions, I will be happy to answer those for you. This is a hobby for me at this point. I do have a full-time job. I'm an IT guy. I'm very good at what I do. I like what I do, and it pays the bills. But I also really love traveling. This is kind of a very interesting thing. I like helping people, so I'm trying to take the advice that I've been giving out to my friends and family and trying to start this up and pass that along to you. So feel free to ask questions. I will do my best to answer those questions for you. I will do my best to answer them as quickly as I can. Again, it's a hobby. It's not a full-time thing for me. It might take me a day or two, depending on how many I get. If I get, a ton, that's awesome. But it will take me a little bit longer to get back to you. But like I said, I will try my best to try to help out any way I can. If things go well, I plan on offering, more videos. I'm going to try to keep doing the videos on a regular basis. And if this goes really well, I will probably expand this offering into more travel guides and travel planning services to offer even more to make your trip planning easy. So, thank you again, everyone. I want to try to keep this little intro short, so I hope that it does a good job of explaining what my channel is going to be about, why I'm going to be different than a lot of the other channels out there, and while we're having some more videos, I'm going to try to put them up maybe once a month, twice a month right now. It's a little hard. Editing's taking quite a while. Obviously, I'm still kind of learning the software and all the tricks and stuff to make it look good. I do have about 20 or so videos that I have built up over the years of basically my travel. And I need to edit those. I need to get them kind of put together. I need to get some commentary added in there. On some of the older ones, you won't be having the face-to-face interaction. And even on some of the newer ones, it's really hard to remember that as you're doing this stuff to actually flip around and talk to the camera. It still feels weird when you're walking through a big crowd and the camera's out there in front of you and you're talking into it. So that's one of the things that I want to get better at. But I hope that the advice and the information will outweigh the lack of the interaction during that process. And I thank you very much, and I hope that you will continue on to the first video of my series, and that is going to be my trip to Ronda, Spain. Thank you.